Now, looking at financial stress and mental health among teachers in Uganda, I want to give you some data that can help us inform our discussion this morning. We have elevated stress levels among teachers. Instead, in southwestern Uganda, found that 6.2% of teachers express a or high level of stress, with 59% reporting work-related stress and 51% expressing student-related stress. I have the results. Another, mental health disorders. Between January and June 2024, that's last year, Uganda National Teachers Union, UNATU, reported the loss of 210 teachers due to mental health related issues. You can read more about it. Meaning last year, between January and June, 210 teachers had severe. Now, by the time we think about this, these are now severe. Okay? These are severe cases where a teacher can now make this trip naked, a teacher can begin to collect rubbish. The teacher now it is not at the severe state. Alright? Another, depression and anxiety. A UNESCO supported study indicated that 31% of teachers expressed depression, 24.6% had anxiety, and 20% had excessive stress. The link is there as well. In other words, if we were to look at ourselves here, even a good number might, if we were to do assessment now, if we were to do screening now, we might get people who are sick, but they don't know. But today, good news is we are going to know some of these basic areas for us to be able to. Teacher mortality. Teachers who have died. From 2021 to 2023, at least 1,278 teachers died due to stress-related issues, highlighting the severe impact of financial and work-related pressure. The link is there as well. In West Nigeria, I think some of you are aware that we've lost some teachers to suicide. Last year. That's why we've picked, as a person, we've picked interest in engaging teachers. We picked, many schools, when people come to engage in schools, their focus is on learners. About learners, but for us, we've designed a program because we've assessed our needs in the community. That's why in West Nigeria, at least we've been running 3 programs in every school. Why? Because we need to engage. That is the money. That's why my focus is on money and mental well-being this morning, and we can be helped. Let's also look at the relationship between money and mental health. How money affects mental health. Because, let me tell you something here. Money affects mental health, as well as mental health affects money, because the two are cousins. Right? Money affects mental health, and mental health affects money. And that is why we need this. How does this happen? Number 1, financial stress and anxiety. When you are broke, worrying about bills, you worry about debt, or not having enough to cover basic needs can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, even panic attacks. Let me tell you something here. Every broke man is an angry man. Every man you see who is angry is broke. Right? Now, that's why you see, when people are broke, they begin to worry. And worry is a vehicle depression used Here we have Catholics, we have Anglicans, we have Christians here, we have Muslims here, right? Let's understand some of these things biblically. One day there is a man who says we shouldn't be worried about anything. Why? Because where there is worry, anxiety is in. And where there is anxiety, depression is on. The two move together. And all of this is triggered by stress. Right? Teacher, you will bear with me. Majority of our mental breakdowns are because of the psychological problems we face. Because of the way we engage with different things around us. In the community, in the society. And the money plays the biggest role. Because even the Bible says money answers everything, right? But also what was the lack of it is the root cause for all evil. So, that is number one part. Number two, depression and low self-esteem. When somebody is struggling financially, it makes the people to feel like they are failing in life. Especially in a culture that equates money with success. We are in a state where people see success in terms of the money you have, right? Now, when you don't have the money, there is nothing that counts to good enough. Have you ever met an OB or an OG who used to even help in class? And sometimes even you will even help them in the canteen because they didn't have it. But now, they pack a machine and they throw the food. When you meet such friends of yours, when you meet those OBs, what is the initial thought in your mind when you go back home? What's wrong with me? See how so and so is doing well. I'm not good enough. Once the idea of I'm not good enough comes, you know that is hopelessness. You feel so hopeless. You're not good enough. You are useless. You see others. You see how far they have gone, but for you are still very broke. The only thing you have are loans and debts. Yet for them they have liquid cash and they are driving, and you are still on the Bajaj. But God has even helped you to get a Bajaj, but you feel bad that you're on a Bajaj when your colleague is actually parking a four-wheel. It hurts. Before you know it, you go back in your room and you feel so useless. That's why some of you now begin to avoid other people. You begin to avoid your colleagues because you feel inferior. That's what money does. Number three, let's sit straight. You know, we are in a generation where relationship has to move with the money. True or false? That's why you call someone right now that let's meet in town, send me transport. Now if you don't have the transport, what will you say? Will you still meet? You can't. But money issues are one of the most common sources of conflict in relationships, which can compound stress and lead to isolation. Because when there's no money, relationships begin to get sour. I know many of you are married, right? Majority. When there's no money, when you just ask Madam, have you seen my socks anywhere?
Look for
the
it.
The answer will be, where did you put it?
Look for it.
I get the answer. Question will come with the question, no answer. But where there is some cash, communication is very sweet, right? Even sometimes, even when you don't need a massage, you might even still get a massage on the neck. But let there be no money, relationships begin to struggle. Limited access for help and even to help. Because when you are sick, you need treatment, right? all these effects. How about money? How does money affect it? How does mental health affect money? Number one, poor mental health makes managing money more difficult, creating a cycle of worsening financial pressure. How? Number one, impaired decision making. Depression and anxiety cloud judgment, leading to poor spending and risky financial choices. That's why you see some people make wrong choices. I made that one too. Because by the time the financial institution was taking all my money as a salary at that time, it was because of the poor judgment. It was because of poor decision that I took. Because you don't take your right steps. I want to announce to you, I learned painfully. Because for me now that became my school fees. I learned that number one, never negotiate anything when you're hungry. Never sell anything when you're hungry. Because you're going to be cheated. Because you're under pressure, you want to satisfy your needs at that time. Are you aware that now in the town here, of course I paid heavily as well. I've interacted with the teachers who have testified that they go to a particular financial institution, they borrow 2 million and they pay 8 million. You borrow 4 million, you pay 15 million. And even I'm sure I have some clients within here. Please, after my talk, please come, let's talk. Let's dialogue. People are taking advantage of teachers' poor state of mind. Because they take advantage of you when you're not in your right mind. Do you know that anywhere you go to any bank in this world, when you want a loan, are you aware that the terms and conditions of the loan are always typed in a small font? So that you don't even have interest to read. Then they just tell you sign here, sign here, sign here, and you don't read what you are signing. Because you go there when you are they're telling you that you don't hear. You don't want to hear anything because you're under pressure. All you want is the money. Even when the money is having a lot of interest, you know you still want the money because your judgment is very poor. Let me show you the best map. Because I'm not this evening, we are going to look at the financial in detail. You know very well that when you borrow 1 million from a financial institution at 10% interest, and they tell you that don't mind, you pay this money in 1 year. Others will then tell you pay this 1 million in 3 years. Because what they know that you don't know is that you are not interested in knowing how much you are going to pay. They tell you it's okay, you are a teacher, we understand your salary, now what you can do, you pay this 1 million in 4 years.
And 5.
Are we learning?
Yes.
Now, when they say you pay this money in 5 years, because your salary is low, we understand you can pay in small bits. And then you say, you have saved me. 5 years paying 1 million, that is okay. What you don't know is this. 10% of 1 million is 100,000 per month. Times
5. Times 5. Times 5.
Let's go easy. In a year, you are going to pay 122 in interest. 1,200,000 in interest per year times the 5 years. You are going to pay this money. 6 million. You are going to pay interest of 6 million. This is only interest, not the principal. Now, when you add the 1 million on top, you are paying 7 million for a loan
Of 1 million.
of 1 million. But why did you get to this state? Because There's a problem over here.
The problem is here.
Are you together? Now, if you look at, let me give you this because I don't want to now mention names here. Some of them can come to you. In fact, majority of these managers have in town, they come to you and say, you pay the money in 72 months. There's even one yesterday I was actually asking them, because that was from their book, and then I asked them, why do you tie it to 72 months? 72 months, those are 6 years. Are we getting the point? Now, they are tying you there on a small loan. Where is the interest? They want to accumulate more interest. So that when you borrow 4 million, you can be able to pay up to 15 million in interest. Many of us now run away from the legal financial institutions. We run to these other institutions which are regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Because with the Bank of Uganda, it is a standard. The rates are checked. It is regulated. But most even some of this, there is one staff whose salary is 1 million. How do I do this? There's a staff whose salary is 1 million. And this money lender told him they are going to give him loans at 20% interest. And this staff goes and borrows 4 million shillings. After borrowing 4 million shillings, and 20% interest, that makes the interest to be 800,000. Are we together? Now, at 800,000, what happens? He gets his ATM with the manager. Engaging this person painfully decides not to open up. This is where white is very important. Please open up to the crisis. Now, when he opens up, we have to engage police. Even if there was a police here, trying to engage to help. Now, what happens? At the end of the day, when we went there, the manager claims the man has not paid his money. But he has withdrawn 19,200,000 from the account for the 2 years. Because 20% of 4 million is 800,000. He was only getting his interest. But the man did not pay his money. But he had already withdrawn how much? 19,200,000. You call that theft? You call that how do you call that? But now, this is the reality. Indeed, the staff are not paying the money. That's the truth. He borrowed the 4 million and the man was only taking interest of the 20%. Meaning, after taking his interest, he has not yet been paid his money. The 4 million was not yet paid. Though he had paid his interest to a tune of 19,100,000. What he said that day was the question of who is your regulator? Can we have your regulator? Can you bring your documents of your business? Can we have this? Can we check this and that? And some of them, they are guys. So that was what we took to save the staff. But I can tell you, many of us will sign agreements without reading. Because there is a time in life when your mental health is not clear, there is a time in life when you look but you don't see. And that's when we take advantage of that particular area.